Okay, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Why am I in this space? Where am I at? Am I in the wilderness? No, I'm not in the wilderness. This is a backdrop for a broadcast area that I have used in the past for my biblically based broadcast that I do on Sundays. Sometimes I come down here just to get my head on straight, sometimes just to go over some things in my mind and to get things straight. Now, if you watched the last video all the way to the end, you know at the very end of the video there is a downward trending arrow, also accompanied by the words, "Bad news coming in the next video." I have not wanted to do this video, but I am the average guy with a Maverick, and I've always said on this channel that I would report to you all of the things that I know about the Maverick, all of the things that I have done to the Maverick, all of the things that are information that you should know about the Maverick. Now, a few weeks ago, maybe about 10 days ago, I got this notice. And I'm going to read it to you guys, and then we're going to talk about it for just a minute. This is from Ford Motor Company, and it says, 2022 Maverick Compliance Recall Notice 22C20 NHTSA Recall 22V594. Your vehicle identification number, and it has my ID number. This notice is sent to you in accordance with the National Traffic and Motor Vehicle Safety Act. Ford Motor Company has decided that your vehicle with the VIN number shown above fails to conform to Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standard, and it gives 226 ejection mitigation. We apologize for this situation and want to assure you that with your assistance, we will correct this condition. Our commitment together with you, with your dealer, is to provide you with the highest level of service and support. Now, any of you guys who followed the last recall that I had, which was not really a manufacturing, was more of a stupidity recall for the holes that were drilled in the gas tank. And you can watch all that video drama if you wish in the earlier videos. Other than that, I have not had any other recalls for my vehicle. I know that is a surprise to some of the folks who tune into the channel and like to tell you things like you never buy the first run of a vehicle. Yeah, we know all that. My life is better even with this recall here, for having had the Maverick. I would much rather have had the Maverick and have this recall notice than to have my Ford Expedition that I had that was averaging 14 miles to the gallon. So, what does it tell you? It says, what is the issue? That is the next topic on this letter. The side curtain airbags on your vehicle may not meet the performance requirements for ejection mitigation for the front row passengers. Front row passengers. What about the driver? Is that driver too? I think it says front row passengers. Maybe that means both, because you can only have one other person. So when it says passengers, I think that means that would include everything in the front row. What is the risk? That's the next thing. A vehicle that does not comply with the code FMVSS 226 increases the risk of injury in a crash. The next topic, it says, what will Ford and your dealer do? Ford Motor Company is working closely with its suppliers to produce parts for this repair. When parts become available, Ford Motor Company will notify you via mail to schedule a service appointment with your dealer for repairs to be completed free of charge. Yeah, thanks. Parts and labor. Parts are anticipated to be available by January 2023. And it is now October 2022. And I know you guys are counting. November, December, January. 3 months. You got 3 months to drive as safely as possible and don't get into an accident because your curtain airbag may or may not work. What should you do? Panic? I'm not going to. I haven't been in, and I'm not to say to take safety lightly. No. I haven't been in an accident where the airbags have come out yet. And I've been driving since I was 17 years old. And I'm now older than 17 years old. But yeah, I always look at it this way. My life is in the hands of the Almighty God. So I'm going to trust Him. I'm going to do everything that I can to stay safe. But I'm going to put my hands in God's hand and allow Him to protect me because He's promised to do so. What should you do? When parts are available, Ford Motor Company will send a letter to inform you that parts are available and to contact your dealer to schedule a repair. Ford has not issued instructions to stop driving your vehicle under this compliance recall. Yeah, because they know if you stop driving your vehicle, they're going to owe you a rental, which there are not enough cars available to do so. When parts are available, you should contact your dealer for an appointment to have your vehicle remedied as soon as practicable. If you do not already have a servicing dealer, you can access Ford support, blah, 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 for dealer addresses, maps, and driving instructions. If you are still having difficulty getting your vehicle repaired in a reasonable time or without charge, you may write the Administrator, National Highway Traffic Administration, blah, 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 blah. Please note, federal law requires that any vehicle lessor receiving this recall notice must forward a copy of this notice to the lessee or the lessee, that's when you have it under lease, within 10 days. Note, you can receive information about recalls and customer satisfaction programs through your Ford Pass app. So if you go to your Ford Pass app, I'm sure if you have a 2022 Maverick, you have already this notice on your Ford Pass. You're learning to use the Ford Pass more. I have not used it a whole lot in the past previous vehicles, but here, since I've had the Mustang Mach 1, my wife's Escape, and now the Maverick, I use the Ford Pass more often. So, not good news. What does this mean? How will this affect all of us who have Mavericks and those who are waiting for theirs? One, they said the parts will be available January 2023. So that makes us hopefully assume that they have the parts and that they are unveiling those parts to the 2023 Mavericks that are already about to be built. Maybe that's part of the cause for the continued delay in production startup. I don't know. I'm hoping. Now, sometimes when they say it's going to be available January 2023, you may not get it in January 2023. So what are we to do? All we can do, drive and pray that you don't have an accident. And, this is a safety thing. It stinks. And there are going to be those people who chime in about, Ford, blah, blah, blah. These things happen in all manufacturers. As long as car companies can continue to purchase airbags, which is common knowledge for all you guys, maybe you don't know, most of the airbags in these vehicles, I don't care where you get or what brand of vehicle you have, come from either Japan or China. Yeah, that's the harsh reality. I had a 2010 Ford Edge, 2010, and this has been not too many years ago, and it had an airbag recall for that Takata airbag. Takata, it wasn't made in America. As soon as I say Takata, you kind of figured out where it came from. But during that time, we were issued rental cars, and they said they had the parts. Even then, this has been 4 or 5, maybe 6 years ago. They had me bring the vehicle in. Yes, they said it needs an airbag. Now you are to park it. No mileage the only mileage that you were allowed was to drive it home and park it. They gave you a rental car Unfortunately, they gave me a Chevy Equinox, which I hated. People seeing me drive a Chevrolet in my yard because I'm a Ford guy, and it ran like junk. But I had that, I had that Chevy Equinox for 4 months, waiting for the Takata airbag replacement. So this is where we are. Not great content, not fun content, not any modification install, no bells, no whistles, just plain straight Maverick talk telling you about information that you need to know. Well, good news is on the horizon because we are going to the track. October 21st, Maryland International Raceway, Test and Tune Night. We are going to be there as early as 5 o'clock, and I believe that the track officially opens to start time trials at, I believe, 6. So if you want to bring your Maverick and run me on the 1320, by all means do so. I'm going to be shooting to get one of the fastest times done in a basically stock Ford Maverick. I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be ready to take on any F-150, 5-liter or otherwise. Maybe not the EcoBoost model. Maybe the EcoBoost. Anybody that shows up, that lines up in the other lane, I will run you down to 1320. But we're going to the track October 21st. All of you all who have been tuning in, we are on the Ford Maverick Truck Club site. The information as far as the next meetup will be on there. It'll also be on the Ford Maverick Facebook page. The next meetup is going to be November 26th from 11 to 1:30. We are going to be back at Dixon Park in Fredericksburg, 1300 Dixon Street. There'll be a number available soon, or you can call. You can call and just leave your name. Just text me your name. You don't even have to call. Just text me your name, and I'll know that you've signed in and registered and ready to go. We planned on having it at a Ford dealership. I have a friend at a Ford dealership. He told me, yeah, it sounds good. I'll get back to you. And he never did. So we're just going to run with Dixon Park. It was nice the last time we went there. We had plenty of room. So all of you guys in the Virginia, Maryland area, North Carolina, anybody, if you want to ride from Florida to Virginia, I mean, that's up to you. But it is going to be November 26th, Dixon Park, 11 to 1:30 p.m. Hope to see some of you guys at either one of these events. And we'll be putting on more content as we get more information and more things that we will be doing to the Ford Maverick. Nevertheless, you all have a blessed day, and we'll see you on the next one.